Good morning and welcome to Ben Haddou. This is where we were last night, in camping Jardin, and over there, which we're going to walk to now, is Ait Ben Haddou. That's the road we came in on, the 1506. I'm going to take a short walk now. There's all the facilities here. There's a lovely sort of hotel part to it, which allows you to use the facilities, except the swimming pool. Swimming pool is extra 50 dirhams, but it's 100 dirhams a night in May to stay. You've got grey water, black water. You've got bathroom facilities, showers, hookups in with the price. And there's Wi-Fi as well, but the Wi-Fi, you've got to go to the like this little covered area around the back there to use the Wi-Fi. So now we're going to walk down. I'm not going to get all this footage, but I'm going to walk down until we get to the place where you can walk actually to Ben Haddou. So we've just walked about 400 meters from our campsite Jardin, just down there, about a couple of 100 meters after that bus. And you walk up the road, and you walk down to the left hand side. Basically there's a car park, large car park on your left hand side where all the cars are pointing in, and then there's a car park just as you enter the entrance to Ben Haddou. And then there's this little sort of souk area here, and this should lead down to the bridge. I had a good look on Google Maps last night. The bridge is the only recognised official way in to Ben Haddou, and the bridge is the only place that you don't pay to get into Ben Haddou. If you were to cross the wadi, or the dry riverbed, it may seem more adventurous, but you will pay to get into the locations that you enter Ben Haddou, because you normally enter through actually people's residences, or people have claim to the areas that you travel through, or the locals make a buck or two from charging to get through the entrances. That's if you go across the dry wadi. But like I say, if you go across the bridge, it should be free. So as you walk past the little shops, the track just turns into a path, and then you'll find the actual bridge itself, and there, out of the trees, is Ait Ben Haddou. So lovely.
You could have gone the other side of the shops, I think, as well.
Okay.
Still have come to the same place.
So Ait Ben Haddou is famous, and it's one of those places where you must visit if you come to Morocco. It's on the list of must visits, and it's really famous because of the film backdrops it's supported over the years. The Indiana Jones films from my era, Jesus of Nazareth, Gladiator, and actually Gladiator 2 has just been filmed here, to recently Game of Thrones, which most people watching this will have watched Game of Thrones. So to actually be here, sorry, she's right, and Lawrence of Arabia, which confused me slightly because that's a different continent. However, it was still filmed here. We found out in the Lonely Planet guide last night, didn't we, love?
Yeah.
So you can actually walk across the dry riverbed, like I said before, but people charge to get into houses to get through into the actual site itself. And that's the riverbed to the right hand side, with the foliage running down the right hand side. Bonjour. Now I'm just taking it all in. To be in the place where all these films have been filmed, it's a bit awe-inspiring, really. And to get here, well, we went down the 1506 over the Tichka Pass from Marrakesh, which in itself is an experience. I mean, it really is. the two battlements you see in the distance there, that was actually built for a backdrop for the film Gladiator. Yeah, that was an experience coming over the Tish and Titchka. I mean, wow.
Although the sat-nav didn't want to take us on the road.
Yeah, that's really weird. If you, that's a really good point actually. So when I did the sat-nav, it wanted us to take us down the main, I think it's N9 or N10. Anyway, the road that leads from Marrakesh to Ben Haddou, and Qasserrait, which is the nearest city. I'll come back to Qasserrait in a bit. Yeah, but the sat-nav just would not take the route, and actually drove down the route for about, what, 10 or 15 miles? Probably more. And it still wanted me to turn round. It just wouldn't accept there's a route there. And the 1506, don't let it put you off. It's a single road, but it's nothing to be scared about. It really isn't.
They're not all the way a single road.
No, the first 15-20 miles or kilometres was double, and new road as well. So Qasserrait, which is a city that's down the road, which we're going to go through tomorrow when we leave. That's known as the Moroccan Hollywood, because obviously that's where the stars of these films base themselves from, and probably travelling daily to the film sets. Some of them base themselves here, but most of them in the posh hotels at Qasserrait. So we're heading up now to the top. At the top there's an old fortification. Once we get to the top, we'll gather our thoughts. You right?
Yeah.
Taking a few pictures, taking the sights, and then wander down. And on the wander down, I'll take some more photographs. Right, we have had issues with the GoPro overheating because it is quite warm. So I'm going to switch this off now. Probably around the corner I'll stumble on something amazing and switch it back on, but I'll switch it off for now. So we're now walking up the tiny path that goes from the bridge that you just saw us at and through all the sort of Medina. And we've come from that location, and look at the Kasbah behind us. We're walking through these streets, all these little alleyways. You can really imagine, you know, films being filmed here and the fight scenes. We still get bugged by people selling stuff, but yeah, that's how they make a living. Some of the artwork is absolutely fantastic.
Yes, salt and pepper in each one.
Yeah.
From the table.
You can smell paint though, can you?
Yeah.
See, eventually we're going to have to go up to one of these little alleys on the left hand side to take us up on top of that hill. But we'll keep walking through here and find out. Hi buddy.
Hello Alibaba. How are you?
You can see where Gladiator was filmed down there.
Good?
That's the towers are actually built for the film.
Gladiator from here.
Yeah.
The view.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
We might do that actually. And obviously we need to give them a couple of bucks. They invite you in, but inevitably on the way out you've got to give them a couple of bucks. A couple of dirhams to be allowed to go to their property to do a bit of filming. That's where we've just walked up those steps and we're winding our way to the top. That's the Khazar, or fortified granary, I think it was actually known as. And you can see the dry riverbed there, running all the way down to the bottom, probably down to Qasserrait, some 40-50 miles away. The southern bank with its new population, and the northern bank with Ben Haddou and all its film backdrops, and ancient Khazars, alleyways, nooks and crannies where you can get lost in. Really like this. And once you get out of the tiny streets and you get a breeze, it's alright. You can see people there crossing. They've just crossed those stepping stones. Now they're going to come across and not use the bridge. It's a more authentic way of getting into Ben Haddou, I'll give you that. We might walk back that way. But yeah, anything to make a buck or two. So we're following this set of steps that hopefully go to the top.
New York.
Yeah.
But let me tell you that this is tiring, especially with the heat increasing as well. The heat within the town and city. If you get these steps, try and get those. They're absolutely, definitely not wheelchair friendly, and they are as random as you like.
Small door for a small person.
You do get these random things all the way up.
That's cool, look how they've
Oh yeah, doing the steps out. It is warm. Here's me saying it's not, didn't feel it down there. When you get going up these stairs, doing physical activity.
tower thing.
Yeah. Is it the Hassan Tower?
Yeah. That's on too.
Yeah. Morning.
Morning, Alibaba.
Thank you, Alibaba. I'm good, man.
Nice.
No,
You're from Germany?
No,
From England.
from England.
Thank you.
We are British. So we'll have it.
Wow.
Whoa. Now as we're gaining a bit of height, we're starting to see the views. This place is called Coffee Break as a lag. But we're going to gain some more height, I think. Just take a little bit of a break. It is quite tiring. And I know these stairs are going to go on for a long time because I've seen how high we've got to go. Plenty of water. Plenty of suntan cream, and you should be okay. Starting to see the southern side of Ait Ben Haddou. That's where most of the locals live. Obviously shopkeepers and people who choose to sleep here or stay here or live here on this bank only inhabit a small percentage of the actual Ait Ben Haddou, the old town. Hello, so that's us right at the top, the fortified part of Ben Haddou. It's quite a steep incline, and the steps are not forgiving, and if it's warm or hot you're going to need to stop every 10 or 15 steps just to get your breath back. You have to excuse the you might have overheard that. It's like propaganda lesson going on in the background with another tour party talking about various things that shouldn't be happening in Germany right now. But yeah, the background is phenomenal. Got this really nice view, as you would expect, right from the top of this fortified piece. Wendy's just checking some footage there. It's in rather a bad state of repair. It looks a lot better from the ground, but obviously as you get close you can see the realities. You might overhear some more propaganda, just bear with us. I'm going to distance myself from that sort of shit as far as possible. I used to bother about it, but not anymore. There's a film set of Gladiator down there. We're going to have a walk down there, take a few photos, I think, actually. Really posh hotel down there with a swimming pool. Look at its grounds as well. Wow! Like I said, that way is the road to Quasrate. And you come up here where the not most of the people live. They live in Ben Haddou. Then you go up to the right hand side on the 1506 that we took, all the way to the road that joins the Tichka Pass. And like I said before, I'd highly recommend that, up that valley there, because there's some amazing sights going on up there. That's the bridge we came across. I'm going to wander our way down now. It's quite busy up here. There's Wendy wandering her way down. There's a nice breeze up here, where there wasn't coming up those steps. Right, wander down, I think. So we just stumbled upon this like little information notice board, and it actually lists the films that's been filmed here, or some of these locations have been used as backdrops. It really is incredible. I mean, look, that's I'll bring it closer. That's the list. Going back to 1954. That goes up until 2023, which is Gladiator 2. Lawrence of Arabia, like Wendy says. And that's another little list there of all the films that's been used. Well, Ben Haddou has been used as backdrops, or some of it's been used as backdrops. I love the film Gladiator as well. I'm actually going to watch it again now. Just a spot. Game of Thrones there, look. The original Gladiator. Whoa. I love coming to places like this. And I watch the film again just to try and spot where the backdrops were.
Hello. Hello.
That is really amazing. So we now left Ait Ben Haddou. Well, we've left the cafe area, which we were just in over there, behind the bridge, and we're now in the Wadi bed, or the dry river bed, as Europeans call it. And we're going to have a walk over to where the scene of Gladiator was made, that famous scene, and obviously, well, not obviously, but other films as well. You know, you saw the list, so you may pick or spot various places where these films were made. It's a little bit windy, but not much. Imagine in the winter or the rainy season, sort of January, February, all the water gushing down here. Very famous backdrops now. So we've just walked up from the dry riverbed. You can see through the gap there, and had a nice lunch at cafe restaurant La Casbah, Ait Ben Haddou. which I can highly recommend. The view from there is absolutely fantastic, and what we're going to do now is we're going to walk back to the road, and then if we turn right onto what is the main road that goes through Ait Ben Haddou, it'll take us past the car park that we turned left at to go down to the bridge, and back to the motorhome. And what a day. What a day. So I'll probably get back to the motorhome and I'll get into the Wi-Fi zone and do some editing and get it ready to be uploaded. So my recommendations for Ait Ben Haddou is definitely take the 1506 from Marrakesh, or if you're going to go the other way, come from the bottom up into Ait Ben Haddou from Khorazad. Spend the day in Ait Ben Haddou, have a really good look round, go through all the alleyways, go across to the old part of town, obviously, because that's where all the films were filmed. Spend a couple of nights here. A couple of nights is enough. One night, arrive, have the whole day to look around, have another night, and then move on, or move on down to Khorazad. I think it's too late in the day, 3-4 o'clock, to make the jump to Marrakesh, because it takes about 2.5 hours to get across the 1506 and then across Tizi and Tichka, the pass down into Marrakesh. So I wouldn't leave it too late. I'd definitely stay the night and then leave early in the morning. Like I say, the road is nothing like the Tizi and Test was. It's a good road. Yes, it is single in some locations, but it's in good repair. Right, I'm going to sign off from Ait Ben Haddou now, because I don't want to show you the way back to the motorhome because you've already seen it. So from Wendy and I, goodbye from Ait Ben Haddou.